See, appointments must be the goal. Appointments have to be the goal with every call you make, every email you send out, every time you leave a voicemail. In your mind, you have to remember the goal. And so I want you to always start with the goal in mind. Now, one of the ways we do this is we need to treat every incoming lead and every call like it's an order. So anytime someone inquires about a specific vehicle, we need to treat it as if they've ordered that vehicle. Someone calls about a 2013 Camry we have on the lot. Guess what they just did? They ordered it. Someone submits a lead on a brand new Honda Accord we have on the lot. Guess what they just did? They ordered it. And that's the way we need to treat everything. And if we can treat it like an order, we're much more likely to gain the appointment. If we gain the appointment, remember, we're better than 4 times more likely to sell the car. And so that's where this becomes critical. We need to treat every lead and every call that we get like they ordered the vehicle. Now, we need to remember one thing, and when we're talking to someone on the phone, is that we can only sell the other guy's car on the phone. Case in point, if we give too much information about a vehicle, right? If we just blather on and on about how great this used car is or how great the Accord compares to the Camry, whatever, once we give someone all the information about a vehicle, the fact of the matter is they don't need to come see our vehicle. In fact, we've probably painted such a great picture of our vehicle that they can now take that picture and go look at comparable models and maybe save themselves a little money in their mind. And so we've got to be careful. We've got to create a sense of excitement around the vehicles that we have, but we can't give out every last piece of information. One other reason, by the way, that's important is stats show us that people do about 19 hours of research online before they ever set foot on a car dealer's lot, or even before they call you or send you an email lead. So they've done plenty of research. Our job is not information. Our job is to get an appointment that shows. So if we have to talk, we're going to ask for the appointment. And we need to remember there's an inverse relationship between information given and appointments shown. The more information we give to someone, the less likely they are to come in for an appointment. And remember from our Creating Appointment Culture class, a concept we called bury the dead. You need to remember to bury the dead. Now, I'll give you a quick lesson on bury the dead again, what that sounds like, what it looks like. This is bury the dead. You get a call from a guy and he wants an out-the-door price on a mid-level Camry, Accord, whatever it is you sell, Impala, brand new, mid-level, and he lives 150 miles away. And he swears to you, he says, "Hey Steve, if you give me the very best price, I'm going to drop everything, I'm going to drive all the way across the country, I'm going to come buy the car from you." Fact of the matter is, we know that's not going to happen. All that person is doing is using us as an anchor price so that they can leverage their local dealer. So they're just shopping around, they're getting the very best price that they can, and hey, I don't fault them for that. And what they're going to do is they're going to take your price, they're going to print it out if you send it to them via email, they're going to write it down if you give it to them over the phone, and they're going to take your out-the-door numbers and they're going to walk over to their local dealer, drive over, and they're going to buy a car there. Their local dealer may come close, they may beat it, it doesn't matter, but we've got to bury the dead. And here's how we bury the dead. We call their bluff. So we get a call from someone, they want us to build out the door numbers, they want payments, they want interest rate, they want to know what we're going to give them on their trade on a mid-level Camry that we've got on our lot. And if we'll give them the lowest price, I swear I'm going to drop everything, come drive to see you guys. Here's how we call their bluff. We say, "Hey, listen, Bob," and usually their name Bob. "Listen, Bob, I've got a deal for you. How about this? You know, you're not going to buy the car from me." "Oh, no, Steve, I swear I'm going to." No, Bob, that's okay. Listen, I don't mind. You're just going to use my price. You're going to beat down your local dealer. If they come close, you know, you're going to go ahead and buy the car there. But I've got an offer for you, and this is a good offer. This is the way that you can guarantee the very lowest price, Bob, and here's how it works. You get your very best written offer from your local dealer. You call me back with that best written offer, and you make an appointment with me. You show up for that appointment with the written offer. If we can't meet or beat their best written offer, Bob, we're going to fill your tank with gas. We're going to give you a $100 gift card to the Olive Garden. How's that sound? See, what can Bob say? We called his bluff. We're offering $150 basically, $50 to fill his tank and a $100 gift card to the Olive Garden if we can't meet or beat the best written offer that he can get locally. See, the fact of the matter is we're not going to sell Bob anyway. If we give Bob out-the-door numbers, I guarantee you we're not going to sell him. But let's say the off chance that we do give him out-the-door numbers, that we build out the payment, we tell him what his car's worth, and we are the lowest, and he keeps his word and actually drives to come see us. Well, a couple of things happen here. One, it usually takes about 2 hours to build true good out-the-door numbers because we've got to go back and forth with Bob to have him fill out a credit application, right? We've got to give that to the F&I department. They've got to run the credit. They've got to talk to some banks. They may have to make sure that they can get him bought. And then we've got, if he's got a trade, we've got to get him to take, 30, 40 pictures of his vehicle. send them to us so that we can give him a good offer, a good solid offer on that trade. Now, there are trade tools that he can probably use online to get an estimate, but to build out the door numbers, we're going to have to do a lot of work. We're going to do a lot of work, and we're not going to make any money on the deal. See, the only way that we're going to be the very best price is if this deal's a mini, or worse, if we're losing money on the deal. And so let's say the off chance Bob does come buy a car from us, right? We don't want that deal. We don't want it at all. Two reasons. One, he doesn't live in our market. So if we're the very lowest price on this vehicle, we're not going to make any money on the deal. We've already decided that, and he's not going to service with us because he doesn't live in our market. So that's the main reason we don't want to do it. We're just never going to see him again. But here's the second reason, and sometimes we forget about this. What is that guy that needs out the door numbers, whether he lives in your market or 150 miles away, what is that guy, that price buyer who absolutely wants the lowest price, he doesn't care about service, doesn't care about anything else, what does he usually do to you on CSI? He crushes you. So it's a mini deal. You're going to make almost no commission. The dealership's going to make no money, and they're not going to have him for service. And finally, he's going to crush you on CSI. Why do you want the deal? Bury the dead. Now, I want to caution you. Everybody who calls from 150, 200 miles away is not the dead. We don't need to bury everybody. Let's say we've got a minivan, 5-year-old minivan on our lot, and it only has 10,000 miles on it. We're going to get calls from, say, a local church or someone 200 miles away or 500 miles away who wants that vehicle because they need a good, used, low-mileage minivan for their church, their school, their club, or their family. And we're going to build out the door numbers on that minivan, and here's the reason. It's a unique vehicle, and we're going to make all the money. See, in that mid-level Camry or Accord that Bob called about, we're not making any money on the deal. And he's not going to service with us, and he's going to crush us on CSI. If you have a unique vehicle, be prepared to build out the door numbers. But if you don't, if your vehicle's not unique, be prepared to bury the dead because you'll sell more cars that way.